Good morning, it's me. I'm back. I'm Stephanie Flath, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm coming to you live Wednesday morning, and my computer is not showing me what day it is yet, so I can't tell you. Now it is February 8th, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. You can find me every Wednesday at this time here. And any other time that you want to find me, if you're looking for me another time when I'm not live, you can find me on my website or find my website and things that I share there at dazzledbystamping.com. So I'm going to refresh my screen a second so that I can see comments. And let me know when you're on. Good morning, Marcia. How are you? All right, it's up. I see comments. Yay, we're in luck. And thanks for sharing already. Good morning, Janie. I haven't seen you in a while again. Are you at work or you have a day off or what's going on with you? Hi, Dot. So I have my randomizer set for anybody who is new to me or just getting on or whatever. Hi, Dina. I give away the projects that I make every week, and I don't always send them out every week when I'm supposed to or when I mean to, but they do eventually get to you. Thanks for sharing, both of you. I'm subbing, but not today. Gotcha. Hi, Julia. So I give my projects away every week when I make them, and so to be entered into a drawing for that, you need to share my video and then comment here on this post that you shared. And then I enter you into a randomizer that's what I call it. It's lovingly called the randomizer, which, by the way, if you like Tournament of Champions on Food Network, that's where I got the name. It's starting again soon. So anyway, just a side note, that's where I got the name and it's starting. We like those kind of things. Good morning, Marlene. Okay, so I'm going to just jump right on. So I have 2 cards to give away today, and I'm going to go right to my randomizer and get at it. So I have my names entered here. I have a dry mouth already. Oops. It's so weird how sometimes it scrolls when you don't want it to scroll, and then other times it just makes the screen bigger when you don't want it to. Okay, I clicked. Just a moment. Okay, now I'm ready. Start. It's not starting. My computer is still waking up or something. Just throw them. Oh, Dina, you're the winner. Oh, hi, Stephanie. Where do my Post-it notes go? Oh, I'm going to use these. Okay. I lost my Post-it notes. Okay, Dina. And I need to draw one more. Congratulations, Dina. Pick another name and hit start. And Lynne, yay. Lynne Hodges. Congrats, girls. Hey, I'm going to see you next week. I'll give it to you then. Remind me. Because even though I say that now, I may not remember next week. Okay. So, congratulations. And I'm going to get started with today's projects. So I decided that this month is just going to be a playing in the rain month. So that's what I used last week, and that's what I'm using again this week. Couple reasons. First, they're adorable. They're so cute. Secondly, that is the paper pumpkin, the paper pumpkin kit that you have to subscribe by Friday, this Friday, the 10th. That's what it coordinates with. So I'm all about this set. It is too adorable. And so, oh, and the other thing, okay, so this is another reason why I'm saying I'm all in on playing in the rain. So this is also, I have not made them yet, so I don't have sneak peeks yet, but they will be different from what I'm showing you here or what I showed you last week. Thanks for your order, Marcia. Yeah, I won't talk you into a new set maybe today. I'll show you how to play with the one that you got. So this stamp set is also what I'm going to be focusing on or featuring in my Dazzling Card Club this month. So we just got done because I don't have any signed up for Friday, and it's a good thing because I'm going to be out of town. I mean, came up suddenly. So we just got done with Card Club yesterday, and so I need to have get new samples ready for next month. It's so much fun doing the Card Club. We make 4 different cards to each of those 4 designs, and so we're going to be playing in the rain in March. So it will be, once I set it up, it will be, you need to sign up by the 26th. It's always the 26th of the month. And then the class will be either March 7, I have 10 a.m., 2 p.m., 7 p.m., or March 10 at 10 a.m. So you have choices. So these are the dies that go with that set also. Card Club is very fun. I love it. So maybe when I'm just showing you, it doesn't really make sense, but like all these outline ones, these are the animals that are on this stamp set. And then there's a bridge that I used last week, and clouds, and I think those are butterflies, and there's a tree stump, and this is supposed to be water, I think. And I'm actually going to use, here's a kite here. I'm going to be using this today. So anyway, I'm all in on playing in the rain. I'm not a huge lover of rain. In fact, I heard it's supposed to be raining tomorrow, and I need to travel tomorrow, but just pray for extra safety. Is there any such thing as extra safety? I mean, pray for safety before you're going on your road trip anyway. So, but you know, it was just a word that I used. Okay, so I'm going to put you down and get ready for this. And I'm going to show you a sneak peek at the design paper also. So I need to do my magic. I say that every time because there's a magic wand here that I have to remind myself that I need to do that. I hit the magic wand. I need to unbackwards you, and then I'm going to upside down you. So sorry if I make you dizzy. That's so you can see what I'm working on straight on and not backwards or upside down or whatever when I'm working. So upside down, and here we go. Okay, so here is the swatch book that I have of the designer paper that coordinates with it. And I'm just going to go through here. So there's obviously, well, first of all, it's a specialty one. I mentioned this last week, but in case you weren't watching, hi, Terry and Jamie. There's embossing, shiny embossing, like these raindrops and the puddles here. This is just like graphics on the back or background sort of thing. Then these are raindrops that are embossed. And these images have embossed borders, like outlines, I guess I'll say. And more embossed raindrops. More embossed raindrops. So the other side, the background paper side, isn't embossed at all. So it's a specialty paper. This one does, okay, I have to show you this sheet. I showed you last week, but in case you weren't watching, you have to see this sheet. Ah, ta-da! I love this so much. It's just gorgeous. And you can find ways of using all of it like I sort of used in the middle of the section last week, but I wanted some of the clouds too. But then also I thought I was going to be using this piece because it was left over from my like 4-inch section here from last week, but it's not what I ended up using. Well, other than I'm using this background for a smaller piece that I had. But like you can make your whole scene just with this, and then there's, I don't know if you noticed that there is, just a sec, there's clouds in this stamp set. So you can make your own sort of scene like this, even with just the bottom half of these flowers. So I just love the paper so much. Okay, so you know the paper is going to be part of Dazzling Card Club next month. I say next month, but you have to sign up by the 26th of this month. But I don't even have registration open, so just chatting about it. Okay, so for my first card that I'm doing, I'm actually, I'm going to use this background. It's kind of cool. It's kind of splotchy, maybe raindrops or maybe it looks like, I'm not sure what paint splotches, water drops. I'm not really sure. But it is like Flirty Flamingo and Mango Melody mixed in there. And I'm actually going to bring in another die this time. So I'm going to use this. It's, oh, I had the name and I forgot. I wanted to say peekaboo. Picture Perfect, I think is what it's called. So I'm not using this one, but this is the other die that goes with it. So it's stitched, if you can't see that. Sort of like long and short stitches all around these cutouts that it makes. So I'm going to be using that. And while I have my machine out, I'm using this bunny again, because he just is the most perfect one to use with a kite, and I want to use the kite today. So I guess maybe I'm changing my direction. I'm just because of die cutting. I usually like to cut after I color. So this is my second project that I'm going to do, but I want to color this cute little guy. So I'm going to start with that. So I'll try not to, it drives me crazy to take too much time. Oh, where's my other, oh, there it is. I'll try not to take too much time coloring this cutie because, I don't like to take time coloring. I watched a video of my friend Cheryl, actually just last night. She was coloring this little guy. And she just talks on and on while she's coloring and doesn't have any problem where suddenly, all of a sudden, you'll hear me not talking. Like, is that possible? Hear you not talking. I get distracted and then I can't color and talk at the same time. So I'm actually doing okay today, maybe because I just know what I'm saying and I don't have to think about what I'm saying. I don't know. But anyway, so this is, I'm using Stampin' Blends, and I already had this, hi Pedro. Yeah, I'm going rogue. You're so funny, Dot. So I already had this stamped. I forgot to mention that because, I need to use, just a reminder in case you don't remember, I need to use, Memento. It is definitely hard. I'm always multitasking, but when I'm, on camera, I find it difficult. So I had to use Memento because I'm using Stampin' Blends. So this is the ink that is made to use with alcohol-based markers. And I love our alcohol-based markers, which are called Stampin' Blends. And I'm going to do it's not a new technique. It's just not one that I have ever done, but I liked Cheryl's way of doing things. So she sort of does an outline or does like adds where the little lines are, like I had done last week. She does an outline here. It gets the little spots here and there. And then that's with the dark. And then she goes back with the light and just sort of circles it right on that edge to soften the edge a little bit. So it still leaves some light in the middle and just gives more interest to the little guy. So see, look how cute he is. I just love him. Okay. So now I'm going to do the nose and the ears. This is just light flirty flamingo. I'm not going, I don't want to go too dark. Just want it soft. And then, I don't remember what color did I do the raincoat last week? I feel like I did it yellow, so I want to do it differently. Thank you, Pedro. Okay, I'm going to do it differently. So again, I'm going rogue. I need to find my balmy blue Stampin' Blends. I was going to go, did I say already? I was going to go yellow, and I changed my mind. Okay, so I'm going balmy blue. So I'm coloring this cute little raincoat. So it's cute. The designer paper that this bunny is on, he's got like 3 different raincoats on. 3 different colors of them. Like there's green with flowers that I'm going to show you in a card later. There's, I think there's this, oh, this blue isn't very, it's not very dark. So I'm doing my technique that I learned from Cheryl. It was so fun watching her yesterday. I didn't watch many of her videos, but I saw them enough, and she always says, ta-da! She's so cute. Okay. So here's my guy. Or girl. Isn't he so cute? I just love it. All right. So now I need to die cut these. So I'm going to be done with this guy other than die cutting for right now, because I'm going to go back to this card. But I wanted to get both of my pieces that I needed to die cut ready. So just a sec. I'm pulling my machine. And I need the full-size one because this one that I'm using, thank you. I never color so good. This one, I actually didn't try it, but it looks too big for the mini boss, so I'm using the full one. Sorry, it's hard doing it sideways like this, but I don't have enough in front of me. I should have turned it. I don't have enough room in front of me to do this. Okay, so we're done with that one. Now I need to find the bunny die. Okay, so here we go. So this, I mentioned this last week, but I'll mention it again. When this die cuts out this adorable little bunny, it cuts off the little puddle that it's standing in. But he's adorable even without it. And I don't actually want or need the puddle this time. So, see, look how cute he is. Okay. I think I'm going to cut that little part off. Oops. Because the puddle's sort of still showing on his foot. I don't need that. For what I'm doing, I don't need that. Okay, so setting him aside. All right. Put my die back on my magnet so I don't lose it. All right, so this one, so it pops out these rectangles for this one. I was originally going to use the circles, but the circles were so small. I didn't have small enough images that I wanted to do that. So I'm doing this. Okay, so this is going to be sort of my card base, but I don't want to put this down yet because what I'm going to do, Ta-da is right. She always did that. What I'm going to do is I cut pieces from my designer paper that had, there's two different ones that have all these characters on them. And I cut pieces from it, and I'm going to place it behind the windows. Just a sec, sorry. So let's see if I can figure this out here. So I feel like my best bet is, this is what I did yesterday, and it worked okay, so we'll see how it works today. I'm going to put adhesive all over this, the back of this, now suddenly I can't talk while I'm gluing, the back of this designer paper. So I want it like right up next to the edge, because the edges are what's going to hold it to my pieces on front. Hi, Carrie. Late coming on. Thought this. Oh, did you think this was the week I wasn't going to be on? Next week is the week I'm not going to be on. Okay, so I want to look at the front. It's sticking everywhere. I want to look at the front to make sure that I'm seeing as much of what I want to see. So I got there. Oops. So attaching it to there. All right, then, see, I got my cute little umbrellas showing through there now. All right, then this guy's gonna go over here. And I sort of want him, I want to see that cloud, but I want him as raised up as much as possible. I'll show you why in a second. Okay, and then I got this fox. I thought I was going to be using this fox today, too, because that was the animal that I did not show last week, but then I just came up with this idea that I wanted instead. So I just decided I would use him on designer paper. Okay. So this one barely has an edge. I didn't cut it. Sometimes it's hard because I don't want to cut into another image that is there. So I cut it sort of short. So what I'm going to do before I put this down is I'm going to put adhesive on my card base. I usually don't do this because you don't want to leave any exposed adhesive. So I'm just going to make sure that I'm inside of the lines of how big my designer paper is. So I'm going to flip this over. And if this, oh, it's off more than I want. I was going to say, if you have a little border of your card base showing, that's okay, because the, just a second. It's okay if it's showing because the underlying card base, or I mean the underlying designer paper, is basically white. So it just sort of blends in, so that's okay. All right, so I'm putting this down. Then I need to tuck this in because it didn't have much to hang on to. They're so cute. I just love these guys. Okay, that works. Okay, now I'm not pressing this down too much because have something I want to see if I can make happen. So I'm going to use black stays on. Hi, Nancy. Sorry you didn't get my note. Oh, you know what? I never scheduled a reminder that I was coming on. I'm so sorry. I was waiting till the last minute when I knew actually what I was doing, and I hadn't decided yet, and then I forgot to do it. So sorry. Okay. Oh, there's too much on the A. Okay. So I forgot to tell you what I was stamping on. I stamped on vellum. I want to see if I can get this to fit in here. So I already have one that I stamped on. I just have to find it. Oh, here it is. So this says rainy days are better with you. And you need to use stays on vellum because it's not porous. It's like it's got a cover on it like glass or wood or whatever. And so you need it needs to be able to dry, and that's what stays on is meant to do. Okay. Now I want my take your pick tool because I actually want this end. I don't really know is this a spatula end? I don't know what to call it because I thought it was going to be a putty end. I thought that's what I was supposed to call it, but this is the putty, so I don't know. So I'm going to tuck this in here as far as I can. And so I need to use this to sort of lift it. I don't want it to show on the other side. So I'm going to put that down there now. So this is going in this window. And then this is too long. No, this is perfect. And then I want it to go in this window. And I probably need to open this one up too. Yep, it's pressed down because I was trying to hold on to my designer paper under there. Okay, so tucking this in. Now, does anybody know why I'm trying to tuck this in rather than attach it to the front? Look, it worked. So I'll just tell you rather than wait. So oftentimes with vellum, your adhesive will show through to the front, will show through it when you use it. So I thought if I tucked it under this edge here, these edges, then I wouldn't have any adhesive showing. Okay, so I'm done with my greeting, and now I just need to add some bling. So I decided I've been using Milky Dots a lot, and these would coordinate perfectly, but I wanted something a little bit, I don't know, I wanted it different. I don't know if I wanted it more subtle. I don't know if I thought this would look better with it, sort of more raindroppy. I don't know. But I'm using Iridescent Rhinestone Basic Jewels, which is probably what I will be using for my Dazzling Card Club next month also. We'll see. I haven't designed it yet. Okay. So I'm going to pick up, use my tool and pick up here. And I'm going to use it. Pick up another one, put it here. You know, I think I'm going to use 5 because I know that I want the big ones are harder to pick up with this. I don't know if it's just because my putty needs... No, I just redid my putty, but it was... if you don't screw it open and then unscrew it, it just keeps coming out. So, like when you screw it tight, it will come out, and then it will keep coming if you don't, like, I don't know, there's a place where you can sort of lock it. You need to unlock it so that it stops coming out. Okay, so I put a big one on there. Now I'm going to put a tiny one over here. I'm going to do one more tiny one in the, get that hider in here. There. So here is, aren't they so cute? So obviously the only stamp that I used was just the, for this card, was just the greeting. But, oh, I love these images so much. They're just adorable. Okay, so later I'm going to show you, I made the same card, but with, thank you. I made the same card, but with a few other of the images that are in this designer paper. So I'll show you that in a minute, or when I'm done stamping. Okay, so now we're back to, what did I do with them? We're back to our cute little rabbit. So, where did I put my card base? I have my done card base. Now I gotta find the other one that I cut to show you. Here's one. We're going with this. I'm not sure if this is the one I cut or just one that I had sitting here. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do is find my pieces. Oh, there's one more detail I forgot. Okay, so this was an add-on. Okay, I'm bringing this card back. I totally forgot I was going to do this, and then it'll give me time to find anybody. Oh, they're upside down here is why I can't find them. I need these pieces that cut from this die. Okay, so sorry, I forgot this part. So I decided, you know that, I think you know, that I love stitching, and it's got this stitching around here. And I decided that I wanted to highlight it a little bit. So I'm actually tracing with my, I don't, do you call it tracing? I'm taking my black Stampin' Right marker, and I'm just drawing right in the groove that this stitched die made. So then, it's almost like I'm coloring, I can't talk. So then you can see it better. So it's almost like you have another border behind it. Like whenever you have a layer behind it on a card, it sort of brings attention to it better. It helps you focus on the images that you have on it. And so I love when people do this, even if they don't have a die that does the stitching. I love it when people can just do this by hand randomly. I have never felt like I was very good at that, or I was too nervous to actually try it on a finished project. But so this sort of looks like I just did this random stitching myself with just a marker, but all I'm doing is tracing the lines that were made by this die. All right, I have one more, and then I'll show you a close-up. And I'm not looking at comments, so if you ask something, I'll be with you in a second. I have to watch what I'm doing for this. So, I think I mentioned last week, well, celebration is going on through the end of this month, and Stampin' Up! Announced some add-ons that you can choose, options that you can choose for your freebies. So if you got all the ones that you loved already because you ordered so much and you got it all, you have more options. So when you can place your order and still get freebies through the end of this month. There. Okay. How about that? I love it. That's just such cute stitching. I love it so much. Okay. Now I'll get back to my project, and I was able to find my other pieces that I needed. So I love using the pieces that are sort of left behind. And so that's what I'm going to do. So we're going to put them sort of like this, just like how they were laid out. Do I want this at the top? I feel like I want this at the top instead. No, we want it to be more plain so it doesn't take away from the rabbit. Okay. So this is how I'm going to lay it out, very similar to how the die itself cuts it. But I want to create a background behind it a little bit. So I'm going to put my lid on my take your pick tool. I'm going to use stays on this time because I'm not using blends this time. These flowers are tiny, and I just decided I'm going to use regular markers. So I'm going to do flowers there, flowers sort of here. We'll let that dry a little bit, and then we'll do more here. So now I'm going to use balmy blue with my clouds. So I'm going to go, all right, so I want there to be two different, I can't think of the right word. I want to say depths, and that's not right, of clouds. So I want to make sure that I'm not stamping this off the edge, because otherwise it will show up too much, because then I want to do another one here. There. Okay. So this is my base, but it's going to be hidden mostly by these pieces that I have here. But before I hide them, I'm going to use, did everybody see that we have these small blending brushes? They're probably like half the size or a third of the size of the other ones that we have in the, it's in the regular catalog, right? I think. Okay, so this helps you get into sort of smaller places. So I'm going to ink this up. And what I want to do is sort of make my sky around my clouds blue. So it's okay if I get some blue on my cloud, but the idea is I'm just sort of coloring around them. Okay. So now I want to get right in the middle of there. Okay, now we know that on the horizon the ground, the earth meets the sky. So we're also going to do the same thing around the flowers. This is Old Olive. That's a color that's in here. I thought about using Pear Pizzazz because this is so dark, but I just have to make sure that I'm just going softly and get a lot of the ink off before I touch my paper. I'm not looking for tons of color because, again, I'm going to be covering up most of it, but I just wanted to make the design behind here. So this is sort of emulating like the coolest designer paper in the pack that has all the flowers and the sky and whatever. So we're good here. Now I'm going to color my my flowers. So I'm starting with, this is Mango Melody. That is the yellowy that's in this. Well, there might be Daffodil Delight too. I don't know, but there's definitely Mango Melody in this suite, in the designer paper, stuff like that. So I'm just coloring these in quick. Even though the Stampin' Blends have a fine tip, I just decided that I was going to use our regular markers because I still prefer the brush tip. So as you can see, I'm using the brush tip on here instead of the fine tip to get in these tiny little petals, but I just like the brush tip so much better. Hi, Judy Ann. Oh, is somebody watching that hasn't commented? If it's funny, sometimes I can see if I'm looking at the camera when somebody comes on, or looking at my phone when somebody comes on. I can see that they came on, but for the most part, I have no idea who's watching unless they say hi. So hi, Judy Ann. All right. So here are my flowers so far, and my friend from the other side of the state joined us. Cool. Well, thank you for joining us, Judy Ann. I appreciate that. So now I'm going to color the leaves really quick. I'm even going to color the stems. Like, it doesn't have to be right on it. I'm just doing a quick line to give it some color. Can you see? It's not always perfect, like I went off the line, but that's okay. I want to give it some color. So I'm getting the leaves and stems here. So remember, for those of you who may not have been on, oh, I'm Stephanie. I'm Stephanie Flath, and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and you can find me at dazzledbystamping.com. Thanks for joining me. So we have a paper pumpkin kit, which is a craft subscription box that, well, you can subscribe to it, and it comes in the mail to your snail mailbox. And the kit that coordinates with this stamp set that I'm using right now, that's these adorable little animals, you have to subscribe to it by Friday, this Friday, to be able to get that box that coordinates with it. Excuse me. So just wanted to remind you, if you love these characters like I do, you're going to want to do that. Okay. So I'm going to, I changed my mind again. We're going to put this busy one on the bottom. So I'm going to get my silicone mat back out here because I don't want to get adhesive everywhere. We're going to put this, where did my other piece go? Okay, so I'm going to put adhesive on the back of these. And you're so sweet, Marlene. Okay, so I'm going to put this down here. I'm not going to press them down. I want to see sort of how they look a little bit. So putting these pieces down. So these were left over from my first card that I did. Okay. I like that. We're going to go with that. Pressing those down. All right, now we're going to put our little guy here. I just love him. But before we do, I'm going to put together the kite. I decided to do my kite in black because of the paper the decoration that I wanted to put on it. So there's this piece that I cut out of the designer paper that I want to be. This is the piece that, you know how you usually see a kite has 4, I'll say, diamonds or triangles on it. So this is the piece that makes 2 opposite matching diamonds. Well, whatever your base is makes the other 2. So I'm going to put this on here first. So this goes right on there. I feel like it needs to go down a little bit. So here we have our cute kite. I love it. All right. So this is going to go where his hand is. It's going to go underneath it. Ha! Isn't that so cute? Okay, so I'm going to put this in place where I want it. I'm going to use my regular adhesive here, but then I want to use just a little bit of, you know, I just like my regular adhesive. I just want to put a little bit of this liquid adhesive on the tail. Is this the tail of the kite? I want it to be held in place. Okay. So he's gonna go like this. So that's gonna go there. So I'll press that down. And then I want to put this cute little guy on with dimensionals. Use this little half one for his other ear. You know, we don't want him to squish. Okay. So obviously, since this is a die with this design for the part of the kite, you could make your kite colors whatever you want. You can make one color, and then your triangles another color. Okay, so here's my card so far. Now I just need my greeting. And I'm going to, this is perfect for Oh Happy Day, of course. This bunny just screams Oh Happy Day. So we're going to stamp this right here. I love it. Ha! So cute. Okay, so I am all done stamping, and I'm not going to worry about my stitching this time like I did on the last one. We're just going to let them sort of be the background. So I'm done stamping, so I'm going to bring you up and I'll show you the samples closer. So I need to upside down you, put you backwards, and then I'll bring you up. Here I am. Here I am. Hi. Okay, so here's the last card that I made. So cute. I love it. Okay, so these stitched rectangles that I have here are from this first die that I had. So this one cut out all three of those pieces. And can you see that I did the stitching around the edge? I just sort of traced it. Okay, so those are my two cards. So I also did one more card, and I did the greeting differently too. And I had a marker with less ink in it also. The first one I decided to look for one that had more ink. So I did do the stitching on this, but I put my greeting, I stamped my greeting actually on this designer paper this time rather than putting it on the vellum and tucking it in. So these are more characters that are in this designer paper. There's actually two different designer papers that have the characters in it. Let me see if I can find them a sec. So there's this one, I obviously cut out. So there's flowers, turtles, foxes. So you look, there's, I think, 3 different bunnies on there. I love it. They're too cute. Okay, so there's this one. And then, just a sec, I gotta find the other one. Is that the one that I did? I don't want to make it all go flying. Okay, so then there's this one that has, I'm not sure, is this a dog? I feel like this is probably a dog. And pig. And the turtle again. Sure, yeah, a different turtle. And then clouds. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you like it. And then there's also the design that has just all umbrellas. That's how I got. That was this piece right here. Oops. How long have I been doing these lives and I still can't like get which direction I have to go in when I'm trying to point to something? Okay, so I made 2 cards. So, 2 of them are up for grabs. So Judy, since you're new here, just mentioning to you again, if you would like to win one of these cards that I just made, I give away what I make on my lives. So you just have to share my video and then comment that you shared it, because I can't always tell when people share it or don't. Sometimes I'll see it and sometimes I don't. It's all about whatever Facebook decides. And then, well, I would say that next week I'll do a drawing, but I'm not going to be live next week. I'm going to be busy with an appointment with my dad. And the rest of the week just doesn't look good for doing it. So I will do a drawing the following week. It's going to be 20 something, 22 maybe. So anyway, so share and let me know that you shared and you'll be entered into my drawing. I call it my randomizer. So quick reminder, celebration is going on. You get a free item from the celebration brochure with every $50 that you order. Judy, I don't know if you have stamped before, but we have a great promotion going on for now for that I just mentioned. And you can find online catalogs. You can go to my website and shop. You can just order paper pumpkin if that's what you like. I will put links in. I always edit the post itself that's with the video. So you can find your way to subscribing to that. Oh, I have a flyer. I just remembered. Okay, so, I can't put it down. Okay, so here is the, here's a couple images that we're going to have in the paper pumpkin that's coming up. The dies that were supposed to be add-ons, they're gone already. But you can check out some of the samples. This is actually from the mini catalog that this stamp set is in. But you can see sort of what they're expecting the kit to look like. So, oh, that's fun. That's good. Speaking of random, I know, I said that at the beginning, Carrie. I'm so excited. I forgot. 19th. You're saying it starts on the 19th? Is that what you're saying? Or yeah, it's not the 19th season. Yeah, I'm excited. Okay, so I think I shared with you everything that I wanted to today. If you have questions, you can ask me. If you, you can use my links to go shopping. You can do whatever you need to do. Also, whenever I am done with my lives, I edit my thing and then I put it to, I upload it to YouTube. So you can also subscribe to me on YouTube and find past videos there also. So feel free to check me out there. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so happy that you are here, and have a wonderful day, and I will see you again in 2 weeks. Have a great couple weeks, and don't forget to, thank you. You too. I love this gorgeous sunshine. You have a beautiful day too. Oh, okay. Have fun at your hair appointment. Don't forget to subscribe to Paper Pumpkin before Friday, because that's the last day that you can for getting the Sunshine and Smiles kit. Have a great day. Bye.